pen what he knew not. The problem with the Muslims, to me, in my opinion, you can never be sure of what you have because we don't read. We can never have peace and confidence because we don't want to educate ourselves on what this religion says. You can never stand in the face of somebody who is assured of their religion and you're not assured of yours. How is it to me? How is it? Muslims, I want to ask you a question. I'm not beating you up. It's my job. How is it that the most important thing in your life, we're not talking about your spouse, we're not talking about your car, we're not talking about all the clothes and the things that you have, your soul is the most important thing in your life, supposedly. How is it that you don't spend time feeding your soul? That's just a question. The Quran asks questions. Wama adaraka. And what does this mean? The Quran asks questions. So as the Imam, I'm asking you questions. I want you to break down your day. I want you to think about what you do as a human being. How much time, seriously, do you spend? We're not asking you for all of the time. We're asking you, do you just make a conscious effort in the morning to thank your Lord? Simple. You say we have the best book on the planet. How many of you read it every day? I know why we're insecure. I know why we don't have faith. Because we don't believe in this book. You believe in everything else in your life because that's where your time goes. That's why this young lady on this video, in my opinion, could take her life, the most precious thing that God gives us, and go and throw it away for 15 years. Sexing and drugging and in the clubs. Because she was ashamed to be Muslim. Even if I was ashamed to be Muslim, I wouldn't be ashamed to be righteous. Surah 75 of the same verse where Allah is admonishing the prophet, it says, had you inclined to them, I want you to listen to this, I would have given you double the punishment. He's talking to our prophet. Had you inclined to them and taken on their lifestyle, I would have given you double the punishment. These troubles that we have, it's for everybody. The Quran says it's going to try you once or twice a year. Allah says He's going to try you once or twice a year. And one of the tests are going to be severe. I'm not immune from these tests. My rank, my imam status doesn't make me immune. I walked into my commander's office and he tells me, hey, I'm sure you're a nice guy, but we have some problems about how your religion and how you guys treat women, and didn't speak to me for 9 months. I said, Alhamdulillah, and I went to work. His opinion of me does not run my life. Too many Muslims, you are waiting for somebody's opinion to like you. People like people who are assured of themselves. You see, that's what Islam is. When you say, La ilaha illallah, people will love you because you believe what you say you believe. People don't like hypocrites. They may take 5, 6, 7 years to like you, but they say, oh my God, that guy Ali, well, I didn't know what he believed, but I loved his strength. I loved the way he was sincere and passionate about his religion. I have gotten emails 10 years removed from people to say, man, you're so strong. I love the way you treat your family. I don't believe what you believe, but boy, we really respect you. I say, Alhamdulillah. It's not about me. I'm just trying to tell you what I observe from the Muslims. I don't want to come across angry, but I tell you, I'm a passionate man. I love Islam. I don't have people to go to lunch with. They might not want to hang with me. I'm okay with that. I don't have people over to my house hanging out. Maybe it's because I'm Muslim. I'm okay with that. I'm telling you, what I'm trying to get across to you, be proud of who you are. You don't have to stand on the rooftop and beat people over the head with it, but be proud of who you are. My subject today, if the journey was short, they all would have followed you. But the journey was long, and they made excuses. Muslims, stop making excuses. Ramadan is coming up in less than a month. What is Ramadan? Ramadan is really the time for you to readjust yourself. Ramadan, in my opinion, is a time for you to say to yourself, I didn't do it right for the last 20 years. Maybe I'm going to get myself together and do it right now. You know why I say that? Because Ramadan, they said the purpose of Ramadan is for self-restraint. It's to learn self-restraint. Not just being disciplined in not eating, but self-restraint has a lot to do with even how you carry yourself. What does the Quran say? It says when the ignorant address you, what? It says, say peace. What does the Quran say? He said, don't let the hatred of a people move you to deal unjustly. That's self-restraint. I go to these great highfalutin meetings. You have a guy in there, and if I'm in a group, he speaks to everybody in the group but me. I say, Alhamdulillah. And I've been here for a year. I did a memorial service the other day. Afterwards, he comes up and he hugs me. He said, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Suppose I had started treating him bad. The Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some men came to him. It was during the war. And I'll try to close it. Right before the Sahaba were about to kill one of the enemies of Islam, the guy raised his hand. He said, La ilaha illallah. What did the Prophet say? You can't kill him? The Sahaba said, no, he's just doing that so we won't kill him. The Prophet says, do you know what's in his heart? My point to that is, you really don't know what people think about you until they say it. Most of the stuff that you are worried about is in your head. And I say that because I want to sum up what happened with this young lady. After 15 years, she was hiding. So she went to her friends and told them she had lied to them for 15 years and that she was Muslim. They hugged her. They said, why did you feel you have to lie? We would have loved you anyway. One guy who was there, he said, why did you do that? And you were drinking and you were smoking. And Islam doesn't allow that. He was trying to admonish her that she should have been living right. She put on a hijab for the first time and she went out to the gas station. She said, and this guy in the gas station, he said, hello, assalamu alaikum. She left and went back to her car. She said, I never would have imagined some people would have been treating me this nice. It's not to say that there's not mean people out there. But most of the stuff is in your head. Everybody fears what they don't understand. But once they know you, things might turn. If the journey had been short, they all would have followed you, but the journey was long. And many of us make excuses while Cooley County had the rest of it. Brothers and sisters, I tell you, I don't want to keep apologizing, but I tell you, I am a passionate person. I'm sorry. I love this religion. I could have stayed in my former religion. I could be wilding out. I could be doing a lot of stuff. Islam raised me and my family. It has made us into the people we are. I ask you, as Muslims, as you who have declared yourself to this faith, what are you doing? Have you made progress? Or are you just a Muslim in name? Muslim is an adjective, not a noun. I'm going to say that again. Muslim is an adjective. It denotes that you are doing something. That you are submitting to God. What does that look like for you? Is it our hope to come here for the next 3 years and sit in Juma and hear me rant and rave and have no programs, no community, and we just hanging? That's not my vision. It's not the imam's job to do everything. This is not even a concept in Islam. It's in Islam, the imam leads the prayer and gets out of the way so the real workers can work. Am I off course here? Am I missing something? As Muslims, we got to build community. As Muslims, when Amin can't be here, when Ayub can't be here, somebody needs to stand here and talk to the believers. When is that going to happen? You got one brother who was willing to do it. When is that going to happen? Could we start an imam class? Can we start a Quranic study class? Yes, I'm beating you up a little bit. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm doing it with love. But we have already ran into a situation prior to this when I was admonishing the believers to get up, to stand up. We need somebody to take the service. Fort Hood. I left. Travesty happened. Nobody wanted to stand up. Brothers and sisters, I'm asking you, as Muslims, have you made progress? Are you the same Muslim you were when you took Shahada? Have you learned anything different? Do you plan to learn anything different? Do you plan to stand up and make our community a vibrant community, or do we sit here week after week? Islam means progress. Y'all can fuss at me after we do the prayer, but I'm in your stuff today because it needs to be said. I want a community. I want my family to be able to come if I go out of town. I want somebody to be able to cook for my wife because she don't cook. That was a joke. You see, we're too uptight. But we need community, guys and girls, with ladies. We need to discuss this. Ramadan is coming up. We got any plans? Or y'all waiting on the imam? The imam ain't doing it. What are we going to do? Well, Cooley County had to stuff.